Financial decisions note-taking guide. So you should have printed out your financial decisions note-taking guide from the Consumer Ed Financial Decisions folder in Edmodo, and we are going to start the PowerPoint. Okay, so let's talk about your financial decisions. What contributes to the decisions that you make? Well, there's three things: values, needs, and wants. Let's talk about a value. What is a value? Well, the definition is a fundamental belief or practice about what is desirable, worthwhile, and important to an individual. Everyone has different values. Think about things that you value. Some people value honesty, some family, some helping others, some education, some financial security. Maybe there's some other things that you value. So, what influences your values? Well, it could also be family, friends or peers, teachers, culture, media, and it could be something else. Let's talk about needs and wants. What is considered a need? A need is a good or service that are required for survival. What about wants? Wants are the desire for goods and services that can increase our quality of life but are not absolutely necessary for our survival. So, what are your needs and wants? Sometimes the perception of needs versus wants is dependent on your personal values. Maybe what is a need for one person would not be a need for another. Maybe something that is a want for one person would not be a want for another. So let's talk about some examples. Name brand clothing, is that a need or a want? Well, clothing is a need, but name brand makes it a want. A daily soda or coffee beverage, is that a need or a want? Well, water would be a need. Soda or coffee is a want. A personal automobile. Okay, well, we can survive without an automobile, but this is something that might be in a gray area, because if you need an automobile to get to a job to make money to pay your bills, then maybe you consider that a need. Downloading music, that is definitely a want. We can get by without, I know that's important to a lot of us, but we can survive without downloading music. A refrigerator, here's another gray area item. You need food to survive, that would be a need. But if you need to refrigerate the food so it doesn't go bad, maybe that would be a need as well. At least 3 meals per day. Okay, well, we need to eat to survive, but maybe not 3 meals a day to survive. So it depends on what you need to survive. Shoes, that would definitely be a need. Watching or participating in athletic activities, that would be a want. A computer, here's another gray area. You don't need a computer to survive, but maybe you need a computer because you need it for your job, which helps you make money, which helps you pay the bills. So then to you, that would be a need. A warm and safe place to live, well, that would be a need as well. A television, we do not need a television to survive, so that would be a want. So why do needs and wants matter? Well, they're going to help you decide what to spend your money on. Now, when we talk about needs and wants, we also need to think about trade-offs and opportunity costs, okay? So what do those two words mean? A trade-off is giving up one thing for another. An opportunity cost is the value of the next best alternative that must be foregone as a result of a decision. So, is the trade-off to your decision a need or a want? Think about the answer to that question. What is the value or opportunity cost of that trade-off to you? So these are things that we're going to be discussing in this lesson. Your financial decisions are made up of needs, values, and wants, and you need to analyze your trade-offs and opportunity costs to help you make those decisions. Why is it important to understand what influences your decisions? Well, understanding what influences your decisions are going to help you create what's called high well-being. And that's something that we all want. Now, let's wrap this up by talking about needs, wants, and cupcakes. If you take a look at this picture of a cupcake, you're probably thinking, what does this have to do with financial decisions? Well, think of the cake part of a cupcake as our needs. They must be present and addressed before considering any icing or decorations. And decorations would be the wants. The icing and decorations represent wants, the extra items that make our lives interesting and enjoyable. Just because something is a want, that doesn't mean we can't have it. That's what makes life fun. So, when making spending decisions, consider if your needs are met before spending on any of your wants. What you determine to be a need versus a want will depend on your personal values, just like your preference for different types of cupcakes.